host position in the center. We're beautifully done.
Yo guys, no bet winner, no entry.
Okay, Mr. Bet winner.
Sports fans out there, are you ready? It's a beautiful evening and welcome to tonight's game. The lady shows up and she's been denied. Oh no. But wait, she's back with Bet winner. Wait. Oh, what a beautiful pass. And it's a
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly, not for persons below 18 years, and gaming can be addictive.
Me did the young antechwa, and maybe I'm discovered for Europe. I come a bush for Ghana. No, me used to tap send. Tap send. No fee mobile money transfer. Eye easy, eye convenient, eye fast, and sounds so free. Won't you share? Me discover a map him. Tap send. Intienne, also download the Tap Send app no ever mobile phone so free. Na first ka komo abusuya for Ghana fa na nyina. Tap Send. Papa no.
Anyways, one thing that I believe we have to talk about well is how artists charge for their shows. And as it stands now, it has been a discussion where event promoters have never been happy with artists and their charges. Now go around. Event promoters both here in Ghana and outside of Ghana, if you ask them how Ghanaian artists are dealing with them, they will tell you the kind of price quotations that they have been giving to them. They see them to be abnormal. They see them to be too at the top. And it caught my attention to something that Sarkodie had told another event promoter some years ago. The promoter mentioned it not long ago during a radio interview on 3 Network, and I'm sure going to have a review of it because I know for some time, because of my association relationship with Shatta WALE, I get the opportunity to negotiate some of these dealings. And I have seen how the conversation has been when the promoters call you and you have to quote the price and they go like, hey. I know it is hard because I still work with these promoters. Shout outs to Alodia and Co, London-based promoter, and to some of my people in US of A, Don, and the rest of the guys scattered around the world. I know that area is a hard job. Recently, some people came from Australia, shout out to Roland. They still wanted to book some artists from here, and the price quotations and the affordability and all those conversations. As a matter of fact, if you sit back, you know that something is not right. But Sarkodie has said something to an event promoter, and I would want to have a word or two on that briefly before we run away here on the editorial. So once again, I welcome. You have to subscribe to us, and remember that I'm doing this with Digital Rasta Coin Currency on camera, and Richie Flex, who is the editor and director of our platform here on Sammy Flex TV. If it is your first time here, this is the hub of show business in Ghana and nothing else. So once again, let's get back into it. And shout out to Sarkodie. When he heard that statement from Jesse Japan, maybe if it had been another person, the person would feel like, oh, but this was not for public consumption. This was supposed to be between me and you. But to go on radio and talk about it, he might feel some way. But man did not feel like that. He even went ahead, posted it, and said he is encouraging other people to pay attention to it. And I'm sure going to pull out a post that Sarkodie made and to let you know about this. So let's go straight to Sarkodie's Facebook timeline, where a day ago, he wrote this. The creative industry has a lot to offer to the nation's growth. And my prayer is for creatives to get what they deserve, to be able to invest and create more. It is an extremely expensive profession. Let no one lie to you. Big ups to the boss, Jesse Japan. And he added credit, 3 Music TV's Culture Daily. And this is the post Sarkodie made in reference to the video or to the statement Jesse Ajapon made. Jesse Ajapon used to be one of the executives at Tigo then. He's a good marketing guru here in our industry. He's known with all the marketing antics for the multi-billion and the multi-national companies that we have here in Ghana. So let's move on to the business once again. This is what Jesse Ajapon said, that when Sarkodie quoted a figure to them in their bid to get him to perform, they obviously shouted, like I was saying earlier, event promoters, the moment you mention the code, no, hey, 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 like it is too absurd for them. Then Sarkodie said, bruv, if I don't charge this amount of money, or better still, if I don't quote this amount of money, then I am not doing any good to the industry. Because what it means is that if at my level, I'm not able to quote a figure that should be enough for me, then how about the guys who are under me, like the Kwame Eugenes, the kiddies? Anyways, hope Kiddy is still recovering, and I hope he's fine as well. The Kwame Eugenes, the kiddies, and all the young ones under me, how are they also going to get that confidence to be able to call out some of these monies? The moment I saw the video, I said that was an artist who has spoken with that generational mentality in mind. Because he's not only thinking about himself, he's not only thinking about what I'm going to get today out of my struggles or out of my stress, and when I'm gone, everybody should also find their own ways to survive. He did not think like that. He was like, if I don't quote this amount of money, how will the guys who are beneath me also get that confidence to quote this kind of money so they can also survive in this industry? We know how this industry is, a hard industry. And Sarkodie did not mince words when he added his caption to the video he posted, that the industry is a tough one. Let nobody lie to you. Until we all come together to make sure we survive in it, we are going to be working in fluke. The moment I saw that statement and I watched the video from Jesse Ajapon, then I said, yes, looks like our industry heads, as in the top artists, if they can all start preaching this kind of messages, then some people will not be seen as bad and some seen as good. Not long ago, I remember I had an interview with a promoter from, he's in Ghana, Papalogy. And Papalogy was telling us on TV, CTV, Class Showbiz, that he wants to praise Stonebwoy. He is so appreciative of Stonebwoy. Why is he praising him? He's praising Stonebwoy because according to him, he called Stonebwoy for a gig, and Stonebwoy was able to think with him in a way that he charged something minimal or something small because he felt there was that kind of relationship and that he needed to support him. That's fine. There's always the need for us to support ourselves in an industry, or someone would say in an ecosystem that we all live in. But I'm paying attention to what Sarkodie said, paying attention to some of the things that have been happening in our industry, and I'm going like, okay, this mindset is what we need to push. So, Sarkodie might not aim at taking every amount he'll quote to you, but he aims at letting you know that you guys should start preparing your minds to pay this X amount of money to musicians, so that when we are not even there, the rest who are following us can also benefit from the same industry that we are all feeding from. If there is one artist who has given enough confidence for Ghanaian artists to get that courage to say, I want to charge this X amount of money, I'm sure Ghanaian artists should all give a standing ovation to Shatta, Charles Nyama Mensah. Over the years, he has been abused, he has been insulted, he has been attacked. Use all the adjectives that you can. When news went round that, hey, Shatta, if you call him the kind of money he'll quote, you'll not even be able to pay. If you call Shatta for a gig, how he prices himself, blah, 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 boom, boom, boom. Yes, he has been there. But this kind of statement from Sarkodie corroborates the fact that he sees the future as not them alone. And those who are beneath them also need to survive. Now, I'm sure all artists are getting the confidence to be able to quote prices that they feel, okay, this is fine. It is for me and it's for my industry. That other day, George Quay was also supporting artists, where he even said that it is right for artists to charge what they deserve. It is right for artists to demand what they think is right for them. Because as event promoters, When your time is up, in other words, when you have a hit song and people are following you, everybody is jamming to your song, you might feel like you are the boss of heaven. But when that hit dies down, when you have no hit again, these promoters would ignore you and look for the next person to deal with. And that is fact. That is fact. If you're an artist and you have a song right now, in fact, every corner that you'll be going to, people will be looking for you. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Those who have money and those who don't have money. Everybody will be looking for you. But one day, when that hit dies out, when that hit is gone, you realize that you'll be left alone. Every weekend, you'll be sleeping. If you are not careful, that is when some people turn alcoholics, and because they know that, like weekends I should be performing, but now I'm home. Nobody is calling me. Let me look for one shot, boom, 2 shot, boom, 3 shot, boom. Junkie. If not other drugs, maybe alcohol. Because no one is calling, and the event promoters are aware of this. We see it. Let's look at when American boys were running the affairs of Ghana's music industry. Ghana Party in the Park, UK. We saw it. All of them, rim. Last year, how many of them were part of Party in the Park? This year, cried it is like that. So imagine, at that time, if someone said, oh, it is because someone is my friend, it's because I want to do somebody a favor. Today, they are not calling. How are you going to survive? And the moment you are not being called to perform, it means all facets of your career will be affected. Including your streaming numbers, including endorsement deals, including the fact that someone will even see the need to call you to say, oh, let's do this. Everything will go down. You will not get anything that will be giving you money. So I'm saluting Sarkodie for this statement. At least it is enough to encourage the next guy that if I want to charge this X amount of money for my gigs, allow me, because a day comes that nobody will call me. And we should also be doing this, thinking about those who are behind us or beneath us. Because one day, if you are not able to build the best of legacies for our music industry, you will be gone. And those who are here will suffer today. I'm sure maybe the Sarkodies, the Shatta Stone Boys are going through what they are going through because their predecessors did not set the right tone for our music industry. If they have done things right, in buildings and institutions like Gamro and Musica and all those platforms, right? I'm not sure most of our artists will be crying. Now, Gamro comes to share about 6 months royalties, and artists are taking like 300 CDs, 400 CDs, 500 CDs, until recently when we realized that, okay, some artists are now taking some good money. So I'm sure Sarkodie is speaking like this because if all those people had done things right, today artists will not be taking 300 CDs in the name of royalties. When others are taking millions of pounds and dollars for royalties, you are here taking 300 CDs. So a big shout out to Sarkodie for coming out and being bold and not shying away from that statement made by Jesse Japan on the platform. Because I know some people will say, oh, why are we being hard on or stingy on promoters? But Sarkodie did not shy away from it. He came and he corroborated with that point. He admitted that, yes, I said it, and I'm doing this because of generations to come in our music industry. Because if you don't do it, how would they survive? And I'm so happy about this. I'm sure if it had been Shatta, people go like, oh, they're doing money. Sikasa, every day, Sika, every day, Sika, every day. But now, the paradigm shifted a little bit. It is Sarkodie. So, of course, it is not even getting the necessary attention that it deserves. Of course, Shatta is that bad boy in the music industry. And I love something that Sarkodie even said about him some time ago, that, yeah, the energy is right. There are so many things he helps the industry to get right when he was out there during an interview session. So, once again, let's build that society where we can all fend for each other and still be good. Event promoters, let's have strategic ways that we can partner with these artists so we can do shows for them to be comfortable and everybody will be fine. And again, give them that assurance that today, if you are able to sort me out, even in your low moments, we can also find a way to sort you out. If it doesn't happen like that, then we are all going to gnash our teeth. We will all be gnashing our teeth at the end of the day. Event promoters will not get artists to play the shows with. Artists will also not get event promoters to call them for shows. And that is where the end will be nigh. My name is Sammy Flex. Thanks for following this. It is a statement that needed explanation. And I think I've done my bit. Share your opinion under the comment section and let's have some more. Shout outs to Digital Rasta Currency on camera, Richie Flex, editor, director of the show, and to you for watching. Subscribe to us and let us do more. Here, we talk the real facts and not what you think. I am Sammy Flex. I'll see you in our next video. Ta-ta.